Dear Vikings, greetings and salutations. Welcome to Sovereign Syndicate, an steampunk RPG mixed with fantasy elements. It piqued my interest, and I got a key from the developers. So we're gonna check it out, see if it's something that you like, and let me know in the comments down below for those watching the video later on. And of course, you here with me live, you're gonna be able to choose, because this game has Twitch integration, so all of the decision making and whatnot will be up to you. It will be, although, a very fast-paced decision making, so whatever hops into your guts and whatever number we should pick in the dialogues and whatnot, make use of it. We'll check it out and figure out together how the integration itself works. And with no further ado, let's hop right into Sovereign Syndicate. It's an RPG that came out, I think, late last year or early this year. I'm not sure exactly of the release dates. I think early this year, some like mid-January, if I'm not mistaken. Zoppo, not now. There will be an integration on your screen that you probably will be able to interact with. So, with no further ado, let us jump into it. I like the music already. New game. Chapter 1, Beggar's Lane. Atticus Daly. Follow Atticus Daly as he explores the seedy underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. Oh, we're playing as a Minotaur. Interesting. So you have a fixed character. You're not creating one. So, the archetype of Daly. We can be an animal instinct. Blaming his fiery temper on his Minotaur blood, he embraces intimidation and combat. Swearing has a handle on his vices. So, do we be very grumpy and swearing a lot? The spryness. As a magician, he is trained in escaping tricks and sleight of hand. He's light-footed and nimble for a Minotaur. We get spryness, animal instinct, self-discipline +2. We get the trait charlatan. And major arcana is the star. Stuff, how you doing? I really love this and only stumble across it randomly. Kind of nice to be able to watch someone stream in when I want to chill. Oh, that's so nice. Lovely to have you here. Some drinking holds for first-time chatter. Then we have wit. Rationally suits him in a world that is unforgiving. He meets the challenges with a silver tongue and understands basic machinery. So he's very witted, self-disciplined, has animal instincts, and his self-reliance. You're well suited to coming out with solutions on your own. And then we have self-discipline. He grew up in a crowded orphanage using illusory magic to disguise himself as a human. He moderates his urges and keeps a cool head. Interesting. Self-discipline, wit, and spryness as well, and his trait is illusionist. Chad, what did Scream should we grab for our Minotaur? Angry, grumpy Minotaur who berserks and uses intimidation, and kind of sly Minotaur. He's like, for his size, whatnot, dexterous and can, use sleight of hand and steal things, and very witted and very cleverly, more or less self-reliant character, or somebody who grew up in an orphanage who tried to, control his urges and used illusion to his better understanding of dealing and coping with probably non-magical creatures. So Berserker, Arcane Trickster, Bard, Engineer, and Monk? Potentially. Aldin, how you doing, by the way? Welcome in. Zoppo screams illusion. Well, as we said, chat, it will be very fast-paced, so whatever you scream in chat or when the integration happens, we're going to choose that. We're going for illusion. Self-discipline, wit, and spryness. Spryness is a favor of sizing up situations first. Be wary of rushing in before you know of the other's people intention. You like Witty Atticus more than the Belty Atticus. Seemed less Disco Elysium protagonist. Well, we got to go with self-discipline. And so, our journey begins. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. That was too fast. A dark shape looms over you. Against the guttering lamplight, a black shadowed form hovers unsteadily, like a cutout in a magic lantern. You can't be sure whether it's real, living thing, or another grim manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush you appear to have survived. Or is the face of death come to claim you? In any case, the spectre seems to be in a hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your grin-addled brain. Now recall why you're here. You choose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, if it's appreciation isn't the angel of death, then even at suicide, you have failed. So a spectre just passed by, we thought it's death, and he doesn't care for us, so apparently we are in a very miserable place with our Minotaur. Let's find out more about it. Lorcan, your comfort CRPG right now? Interesting. Atticus! He's coming! Wake up! Get on my head, you old crone. Is it voice acted? It's not voice acted. Atticus Dale. Wit. Nothing but dark silhouette for a face. No, it's a mask. This feels very, very, Disco Elysium-like from the interface. We're doing self-reflection. His voice is hold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door, concealing his identity, no doubt. Trying to speak. And difficulty class of 17. We have a 94% chance to survive this or succeed this skill check. Yes, we are having a success. 7 of Cups. Apparently we're drawing cards. Interesting. Who are you? Instead of a response, he proffers me a tin stippled flask. A self-reflection, a small kindness. Dialogue poll is in progress. Okay. There's apparently some interface now happening for you guys. On the interface where you can choose things. I'm gonna end. Okay, 1. So, does the overlay say that you typed the number in chat? If so, then it worked with Zoppo, telling us that we should take it eagerly. So we get a flask. Okay. No, you gotta click? Okay. So we're gonna give it like a few seconds. Wait, there's 2 votes on 2. Over here, I think. No, that's 1 and 2. Oh, never mind. It's answer 1, answer 2. Good. Take the flask eagerly. We have a drink. Been hoping for the hair of the dog. An alcoholic drink meant to cure a hangover. But alas, it's the only chloric bite of London tap water. We get +10 hope for drinking some alcohol. Better than a parched mouth, and at least a bit restorative. So our feelings are kind of like talking to each other, it seems like. Stirring the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light for a gas lamp. I can faintly see his features in full. Ooh. He wears a brass-buttoned traveling waistcoat, completed with a scarlet hood and a mask of ornate gold panels. It glitters in the gaslight. Delicately crafted. Clothing, especially when well made. Finery, like I've never seen. Oh, this is the masked stranger. Okay. On your feet now, soddy sight. Drizzy from the hard brush. It's hard to keep my balance. Oh, dizzy from the head rush. It's hard to keep my balance. Okay, so we had a hard drink in a tavern. We'll see. We get +10 hope from tab order. It looks like it. So there should be something popping up on screen for you guys, as Chad says, and we'll see. Get a pop-up that I thought was part of the game. Ooh, well, nice integration then, I guess. I need a moment to get my bearings. Fair enough, but I'll be watching. The stranger pulls back his waistcoat, showing off a gilded flintlock pistol. Oh shit. Over the years, many a minge bag, what is that? A despicable person, have come to collect. This balmy naff is no different. Unstable or mentally unwell. I love that it's actually translating some Londoner slang, I guess that is. Balmy naff. So many outstanding debts and foregone second chances. Is it all catching up to me? Where your worst, no matter, let be tonight, then? He can try like the others, but none have yet succeeded. What do we see, Jan? He can try like any others, but none have yet succeeded. +5 hope.
That is maybe, but if you keep going on this way, it's only a matter of time. Try looking for a way out. Perhaps through that padlocked door over there.
Says the old crone. Chapter 1, the Beggar's Lane. Okay, so we can click around. Oof. Explore the world around. You discover helpful items. Press and hold the highlight button. Tap by default to highlight stuff of interest. Okay. A cane sword. An evening cane concealing a steel blade in a cherwood sheath. Below the brass figurehead is a band of crushed velvet. Battle scarred with a well-worn handle. Is suitable in aristocrat circles. Do we take the cane? Do we want to be like a very noble-esque minotaur? This feels like a little bit of Disco Elysium, Shala, right? Gives me a little bit of Disco Elysium vibes. Let's see what Chad has voted for. Take the cane with you. I should really keep better track of my belongings, even in Jin Bender. So, let's have a look at the inventory. We have a cane sword. I do not equip it. We have it in our backpack. Okay, fair enough. Oh, we have it in our hand now. Look at that. Newspaper. What did they say? An illustrated London News this week's edition. A fleet-footed journalist takes the East End Underground undercover. The hard-boiled scoop of the courtesan killer who's really behind the murders. In what Scotland Yard still hiding from the public? Read on the gory details. This story will boil your blood. Do we ponder in the news or do we like... Let's read newspapers. We don't care. I mean, I personally would just throw it away. I don't care what newspapers tell me because, well, they're mostly, you know, controlled and are always trying to just sell you the bad stuff. Chad wants to read the papers. Ponder the papers. Your inner voices are at odds. When you choose one voice over another, this changes the balance of your humors. Over the time, these voices become stronger. Oh, okay. So... depending on what we choose and do, our persona evolves. That's cool. That's cool. We get black bile. Hazards of the job, I suppose. But it's a shame no one deserves to die like that. Do we go for animal instinct? Maybe not, but they knew the risks. The East End is an unforgiving place. Or self-discipline. That's true, and I've kept their company before. I could have been an acquaintance of mine. I mean, we lived up in an orphanage, so very likely it could be an acquaintance of ours. What does chat say? That's true. I've kept their company before. Could be an acquaintance of mine. We get phlegm +1. Whatever that means. Ariana? Is it Ariana, maybe? An acquaintance of ours that has been so drastically murdered? Do we think it's possible? Or do we hope it's not her? Or was it exactly like it does in Disco Elysium? I mean, it's a definitely great game, so why not try to mimic it? Okay, we go for spryness. Surely hope not. +1 blood, okay. Dolly's being haunted. It is rather curious. What is Dolly's? Short for Dolly mobs, prostitutes. Oh, okay, so dollies are being attacked and getting... And Ariana is apparently a prostitute that we are in acquaintance with. What a lovely chap of a minotaur we are playing. Wakes up completely smashed, shit-faced. I was hanging out with prostitutes and whatnot at the East End of London. Investigate the murders. I'm not a police specialist, but I'll see what I can find. Okay. Okay, we got a task up ahead. Look into the murders of the courtesan killer. Liquor bottles. We are drinking head. We definitely want the bottles, do we not? Jennifer, Rodgut, and dry gin bottles are strewn about broken and empty. Oh shit, it's empty. Wager those remnants of a day drowned in sorrow. It feels like ages ago. So, are we thinking it was a day when spent well while drinking, or are we looking at it and complaining that's what's left of our stash? It's a 50-50. Let's what's left of my stash? It's worth a closer look. Do we have a closer look at the drinks? We just woke up after a freaking hangover and are still having some sort of headache apparently. But it's up to you here. Oh yeah, this Elysium is fully voice acted. Completely fully voice acted now. You guys want to have a drink have a look at it. Okay. Look through the bottles. And apparently it's a roll over here that happens. 69% chance for succeed. Very nice. Minor tarot cards. To make a skill check, you will draw cards from one of the 4 minor arcana decks. Each deck contains card numbers from 1 to 14. They also contain the worlds, which will always succeed as a skill check. Okay, so the world is basically the nat 20, and the fool, which will always fail. And the fool is then, so to say, an natural 1. Okay, so we have a chance to grab a 1 to 14. Okay. And we rolled 8 once, so it's 8 that we rolled on this. Okay. Aha! Saving the best for the last. A bottle of Old Tom. And we get the task, the Gin Collector. And Black Bile has increased. So I'm curious, what does that Black Bile mean for us? As a player, you accumulate humors. When a humor bar is filled, the associated attribute will increase by 1. Each humor is related to an aspect of your being and will increase the more you indulge or exercise that part of you. Oh, that is so interesting. That is so, like, going into high psychology there. I see. So, Spryness goes with blood. Self-discipline goes with phlegm. Black bile goes with wit. And animal instincts go with yellow bile. Okay. Fair enough. It's not fully voice acted. Developer wants first to get it translated. Oh, you mean this game? Yeah. We roleplay. We don't care for stats here. We roleplay and grab what feels cool for the situation. I saw a barrel up top. Let's quickly move up there and check it out. And then we check out this padlocked door. Herring basket. Ooh, some fish. A slated wooden basket made with hazel cuttings. Willow branches weave around the bottom for support. Might belong to someone in the tenements. I can smell the rotting fish from here, several days past its prime. Do we lean in and take a whiff? Are we into that? Are we liking stinking fish? Or do we leave it alone and go away? That's up to you. I'm actually finding this cool that there is chat integration over there. So, depending if you guys are liking it here live, and then, of course, when the video goes up to tubes, and the video does good, and you guys are interested in this, this could become one of our playthrough projects to play along. So, it's a 50-50. I'd say we'll leave it alone. I'll let it lie. Somebody will probably eat it, get a poisoned or something. So, anything else in the inventory? We got now a cordial Old Tom. I could drink it for 5 hope. What does hope mean for us, though? Do we know that already? Temperaments over here behind me. 45, I'm content. A measure of your character will and motivation. An indicator of their general outlook in life. So, we're content at the moment. Should we take a drink of it? Hunt for more varieties. Gin collector. Should we take a drink and boost our confidence? How we're liking the situation. A palladium. Gears and cogs. Last night's hard to recall. Body aches suggests they threw me out around closing time. Okay, so we have been over here drinking and we've been thrown out. So cool that we're playing a freaking Minotaur. Let's have a look at the padlock. Hey there, Dragon Lady. Welcome in. A heavy door that is blocking my escape from the strangers. There's an oxidized chain and a padlock over the hasp. Should be a soft job, so long as this lock isn't rusted through. Do we break the thing? Do we try to lock it open and use spryness, or do we come back for it later? What do we try? I'm not gonna hover over it to see the chances for it. We're just gonna roleplay it. We have a 50-50 outcome here. I'd say we go for trying to you know, lockpick it. Hands are a bit shaky, but let's have a go. Oh, we did it! We draw a 14. We draw the king. That's the highest number that you can get, other than the world card. I listen to the driver pins click into the place along the sheer line, whereupon the block turns, freeing the hinges. I just set the lock aside. Perhaps a city engineer will come along and put it back again. I wonder where this passage goes. Away from the stranger is enough for me. Okay. I still want to check out those cogs over there. Mechanical odds and ends shimmering in a gaslight. Worth a little tin if you deal them to an engine man. Do we want to grab the gears or not? I'll jump over this here, chat, and I see we gather the gears. My previews we'll take in them. Containment fence. Ooh, interesting. Missing posture, and there's a vagrant back there. Vagrants. What's the missing poster say? Julie and Bertram O'Brien, orphans missing from the Secret Hearts. I remember this place, but I'd rather not think about it. And what's it got to do with me now? What do we see, chat, here? Small reward furnished upon any information leading to their safe return. Please have a heart for our poor children. The Sisters of Sacred Heart 22, Cherry Wine Lane, East End, London. Alms accepted. What's this got to do with us? When a tragedy strikes, the ripples are far-reached. A brother and sister gone missing from where I was brought up. Is it all connected? Being an orphan myself, should I be the one to investigate? What do you say? Is this all connected? There are unsettling spirits in the Docklands, and I suspect they play a part in their pageantry. Hopefully, not as some marionettes with strings to pull for their amusement. Then I should leave no cobble unturned. Do we try to search for the orphans, or do we stay out of it? I personally probably would, I mean, I'm good by heart, so most likely I try to help wherever I can. What does chat say? No vote happened there, so I'd say we are searching for the orphans. As long as that's right here, and orphans in the Docklands need all the help they can get. Hello, vagrants. How we doing? 3 rootless souls taking their ease in the heart of the steam vents, one of the few free comforts to be in the old London town. This one is Poey Pickett. Drifts around the city so much it's hard to not know him. Might not remember me, though. Balderdam Dash, the head landlord. Bloody meter refuses to fix the heathen the boats. The mutton shunters cast me out to the bricks like flicking an ants of a sleeve. The unfortunate companions huddle for warmth, their tattered garments splashes with ale stains. These men are dusty. Perpetually so. Not that I miss the old quarters, no. Well, with the endless boilers double troubles, 'twas not much warmer in there than out here. He looks at me, askance? Wager his mood still needs thawing. Oi, hordes! If you're not handing out hot meals, bugger off. Talking takes thinking, and I ain't got a lot of that to spare, cause you didn't notice. Okay, so we might be able to come back here if we have food to chat about something with him. There's some more gears and cogs around here. We're definitely gonna gather them up. Might prove useful. Overgrown station. Some people lying there, and there's the masked stranger and a wagon. Let's check out the wagon. Some wayward cart rides abandoned their wagon here beyond tenements in a dead end. It's got me hemmed in. So that's the masked stranger. We gotta run away from him. Or, chat, type in 1 in chat if we should go through the door that we opened, or if we should come back here and talk to the stranger and not avoid him. 1 for move away, 2 for talking to the stranger. We unlock this door with the warehouse. Talk to the stranger, says Olsen. Okay. Should we still peek into the warehouse? Although I think this is like running away then. 2? Okay. Let's go and talk to the stranger. Okay, so holding the mouse button lets me maneuver around, but actually just there's a click here and then. Interesting. Do we have anything back here? No. Masked stranger. The stranger stands with a loose grip in his flintlock. Right then, you ruddy sight, let's get going. We'll need you batting and on a full wicket. Shall I let him ragdoll me around East London? Do we accompany him, Chad? He could put a bullet through my heart in half a moment. Now is not the right time to challenge him. So, do we go along or do we try to resist? I'm curious what Chad picked here. I'm very curious what you guys picked here. A 50-50. You know what? Since you said that we should go over here, then I'm gonna tag along. It's best if I don't tempt fate and instead trust the unknown. Dry mouth aches in the bones and chills sweat. This body is in no shape for combat. I'm glad we understand each other. Come on then. I didn't say that out loud, no question about it. He's reading my thoughts. Oh, do you think he has magical abilities and actually reads our thoughts? Should we ask where he's taking us? Or do we just, you know, accept it and tag along? Where are we going? Ooh. Pick the 1. Why are you taking me? Temperament. Temperament is a representation of your character's mental state, progressing from desperate, very content, optimistic to hopeful. Your choices can change your character's temperament. Certain dialogue choices are only available based on your temperament score. Ooh. He merely grunts and tightens his grip on my arm, ready to lead me off. I'd rather not suffer any more than I have, but at some point you'll tell me what you're planning. There's no time for dawdling. Bell end. He hasn't any conscience. If it seems like London left you behind, humor me for the evening. Otherwise, I'll deliver the bounty on your head, and I won't have wasted any time. Oh shit, he is a bounty hunter. Your headache rages with a fierce second wind, and every step is a hammer and nail in your psyche. The stranger's reckless pace only makes matters worse. His arm, like a vice grip, dragging you down a maze of twisted alleyways until the last string of a paper lanterns appears. By us, in a sickening sea of night, the cherry glow of Red Lantern Lane. Sounds like a brothel. They're bounty on us, apparently. When we some random orphan? I guess so. Maybe we pissed off some people while we were drunk and having a hangover. Within ways of jasmine and sandalwood incense, memory washes fear away. This might be the only place that could convince you to keep on living, even just for a night. The gas mantle above the door fills you with fondness, cleansing the rust of your mind, causing hangover. You arrived at the Red Lotus, the only place you've ever felt at home. No need to be pulled along now. You go inside willingly. Okay, so we arrived at the Red Lotus. Happy now? Body aches and a deep uncertainty in the bones. It's hard to be happy like this. Allow me to rephrase. Have you ever been happy? Why is this locked out? Interesting. Can't say that I have, but I've gotten close to it. It's here. Withdrawals. They can muddle our heads and make us weak. Don't worry, you'll feel better soon. That is... What the frick is going on with him? We are wary now. I think we're gonna drink that potion. Or that boost that we have. To get the 5 hopes up. Drink it. Added the trait drunk. Shit. Okay. Well, we are shit-faced again. The hangover didn't hold long. A changing area. 1,000 bathrobes disarrayed in cubies. Away from prying eyes, a fine place for a change of appearance. Illusionist. Let's see what to do. Cast your illusion or remain as we are. We grew up in an orphanage around this area. Apparently this was our home, and we lived here casting an illusion on us to appear differently. Do we remain on that line, or do we not do that? It's up to you guys. No answer on that remains, so I'd say we are going to try to cast our illusion on ourselves. Oof, we draw 4. At least, was it good enough? We'll lose hope for that. Interesting. Sight from the fire, hearing from the ether, smell from the air, and taste from the water, touch down on the earth in another form. Let's play it safe for the time being. No needs for any confrontations. Oh, look at that! We transformed into a very good-looking red-clothed man. What's happening in the bath? A steaming bath awaits your tired bones. Wouldn't it be good to get cleaned up? Do we take a bath, Chad, or do we go on and go and talk with the masked man? Bath or no bath? Bath it is. How about not smelling like vomit and cane rats? We shan't offend the ladies. +1 blood and 10 hope for washing ourselves. We are now content for having it on 50. Interesting. You are quite ginormous. Mahogany bar. The Centaur Bouncer. He looks cool. A brass linteled mahogany bar, lined with candles casting eerie shadows on the center behind it. His equine, relating to horses or members of the horse family, his equine muck sweat cuts through the smell of incense. Carefully there, centaurs are known to have short fuses, especially at long hours in service occupations. Some centaurs have been kind to me. I won't pass judgment until he proves me wrong. Or cantankerous creatures are a sunup. If I had a shilling for every centaur on a power trip, I'd have been a townhouse in Kensington. So basically we are accepting the centaur for how they are, or are we not giving a damn? Let's try to accept them how they are. Some centaurs have been kind to me. I won't pass judgment until it proves me wrong. How about Mr. Browncoat? He's rather unique. Bixby Browncoats, the owner here at the Lotus. Most nights he's waiting at the bar, so I hope he hasn't taken ill. Do we gotta wait for Bixby to show up? Or... fortune favors the bolts, and we go on with whatever situation is happening here. Apparently the Golden Mask tries to sell us off. So... let's see if Bixby shows up. Maybe, if I wait around, Bixby will show up. But he could be gone a while. Must be press of business drawing him away from the front house. Okay, so Bixby is not around. But also let me also know if the integration does not work for you, since this is just all experimental. So let's talk to the centaur. The centaur leers his misshapen chin on a shelf for his cigarettes, jutting from a jangle of bad teeth. Ew. Ah. The artwork for it, superbly. Didn't you come in? How can I help? Entrance to the Lotus, please. I'll have to check the list. Now, where did Bixby say it was? Oh, there's another centaur coming out. Out trots Mr. Browncoat, surely come to see what the fuss is about. He wears a long-faced countenance, a gold pocket watch, and a lavender-tinted pince-nez on his aquiline nose. Despite his careful preying, the turbulence of a life lift in the margins shows on his face. Now here is Atticus. The bouncer appears to roll his eyes while lighting a fresh cigar. Do we try to smoothen our words here? Be like, hey, great to see you, Bixby. About time we had a spot of trouble, or seems the doorman didn't recognize me. Are we full of ourselves? I wonder, what do you guys pick? Also a quick drink from my side. I think the integration is balked over here. Glad to see you, Bixby. Wink, wink. And you as well, Atticus. I'm glad to see you've brought us a brand new customer. Now then, paradise awaits beyond the curtain. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bixby ushers you through the door and leads the way down the back stairs, the stranger on your heels like a stubborn shadow. The Red Lotus is draped in a haze of a pale smoke, dotted with flickering candles and incense glowing like cinders in the night. The smell of burning opium is dark and rich, like the batch of a floor of biscuits with a sharp afterbite. The pale red glow from the Chinese lanterns paints the space in the perpetual twilight. It's easy to lose track of time within these walls, whiling away your days in a blissful waking dream. So far the game doesn't look as dark as Disco Elysium. I've never played Disco Elysium, so I can't really compare. Hello, little robot. What's that gear-cluttered racket? A jet of steam cuts through the quiet of the den. What a curious machine, I wonder how it works. Or, what's an automaton doing here? It's not as if it can partake. Oh, so there's automatons. Oh, I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of like a steampunk fantasy world. So automatons, probably, definitely part of it. I could intimidate it. Bugger off, you brass buckets. With a curious machine. I wonder how it works. It's got an arsenal heart drum that is a top-flight boiler, ball and socket legs, and pressurized feet. There's nothing run-of-the-mill about it. Sorry there, didn't mean to startle you. Off it goes, heading to the private sections. The masked stranger. Stuff, thank you kindly. Have a wonderful rest. Lovely to have you here. And where did masked stranger get off to? True, where did he go off to? Was the music changed? The floor pit has benched with tuffled upholstery and pillows costing a halfpenny of an hour. Bronze coin worth half a penny. It's so late that most of the patrons have gone to sleep. Just before sunup, it's the only time the Red Lotus is empty. Okay, let's have a look up here. There is an opium maniac. Sleeping Poppyhead is draped over a mattress in the corner, drooling idly on his shirt. Fancy that, an errand wallet is poking up out of the corner of his slacks. It yearns to be free. The animal instinct tells me to take his wallet. Oh, Chad, would take his wallet? His wrist's right over it, though. Still, it's a bit risky lift. Do we try to pick the pocket, or do we keep it clean because our hands are still feeling a little bit shaky from being hangover? Actually, we're drunk again because we drank the bottle, so we're shit-faced. Will we take the pocket of the drug addict or not? We do. Okay. Pickpocketing. With success. Okay. Easy. Easy. Wait. What's that? In the crack behind him. To clarify, the ruelle, the space between a bed and a wall, one needs to be clear about posturous clefts. It's much easier to get to, for one thing. A whole damn pound. What did this tosser even intend to do with this? The tosser. A stupid or despicable person. We got a pound. Nice. Well done, Chad. Well done. Perhaps he meant to get himself some teeth or a monocle. Oh, is a pound that much worth here? Interesting. Incense pot. Sticks of heavy incense wafted in the air, always burning, no matter the flow of customers. Okay, okay. I want my share. So I can zoom out like this. Okay, there's nothing else here. Sleeping gents. 2 walkmen blissfully free of the waking worlds. As well as their meaningless existence. And when awake, I should hope they'll be refreshed. Are we an optimist or a pessimist? Or like seeing the world in kind of like good way? Or are we not happy and just, meh, yeah. Well, you're just gonna wake up to another meaningless day. Okay. I think we gotta play our miniature a little bit of a sad face. As well as their meaningless existence. Hope goes down. Makes sense. Everybody's filled with opium. Bookshelves. A sturdy yet musty bookshelf with books of arcade magic, opium through the ages, and a game, Love in the Dreams. There's the dwarf automaton again. Oh, there's actually a dwarf over there as well. Evening, stranger. The dwarf has a warm and amiable look, with a set of crystal blue eyes, sharply intelligent, and red mustache. His left arm and leg are both mechanized, and judging by his steam-powered backpack, the augmentations don't stop there. How'd you do? Hard to say. Once I've had a fix, I'll be more clear-headed. Okay, so we are an addict ourselves, apparently, of opium. Just find some kind of inventor, are you? So are we interested in him, or are we interested in getting our fix? Our opium. I don't know if you sniff opium, I haven't a clue. Do you inhale it? Do you drink it? How does it work? What kind of inventor are you? Ah, name's Theodore Radgrave, Brotherhood of Boffins. Call me Teddy. Most people do. Boffins. Technical experts, often a skill considered to be complex, arcane, and difficult. Ooh. Man, I'm happy with games like this where they have a chat integration. It's so interactively to play along and have you guys basically play it, in a sense. Boffin, eh? Ah, yes, the Royal Society funds all kinds of industrial research nowadays. There's a brotherhood for every branch of science, but I'm with the DA, Division of Automatons. No pick here. Invented fixed gadgets and the like. Bloody well true, but my eyes aren't what they used to be, so I'm trading this bucket of brass for my apprentice. The automaton cheerfully jests out a lot of steam. You look like the tinkering type. If I had a little scrap, would you be interested? And sure, those cogs are worth a bit of sterling. British pound sterling, official currency. Sell the cogs you collected. Sorry, chat, I'm jumping over there of you a little bit. We got 6 OP added to the inventory. Okay. Pleasure going to business. Do we tell him that this apparatus scared us? Do we try to find out the name for the apparatus, or say our farewells? What do you choose here? We're gonna end the voting every time it hits the 10 seconds mark to just speed it up, and if there's nothing chose, I'll just pick it. The automaton, has it got a name? This here is Otto. Perfectly friendly he is. If a little odd. Otto. My father's also called Otto, and there's an old German stand-up comedian also called Otto, and he was the highlight of my childhood. Otto Walkes. Odd fella, I'm telling you. Stands to reason, though, who among us isn't a little odd? Strath, I've heard it. What can I call you, sir? Atticus Dele. Teddy pats the automaton with his fat paw. Mr. Dele, from the both of us, it's a pleasure. Otto's gonna need some tweaks before he brawls, but we'll have him fit as a fiddle by then. Ooh, a boxing robot? Are they having like robot fights like we do now, dear? Where we have our controlled little very small robot fights with wheels, and mostly they're all with bumpers and like little saws going on. I'm curious. Otto's a brawler, eh? So far he's only watched from the sidelines, but someday he'll fight with the other battle traps. Battle contraption automatons designed for combat. No emotion from the automaton, of course. But what can help but wonder how it feels about all this? See, I'm a hunter of fell beasts and monsters. After the werewolves fights, those outlaws wretches all are turned alien. Much easier to take in from the boundary. Only 3 days here to moon is full-bellied. Better have a good mind to who you're betting on. So who do we bet on? That's quite an occupation. Must never be a dull moment. Oh, that's true. I just knew you were a man of culture. And that's on top of having the kind of stature I looked for in a cove eager to be on my docket while partaking in pint fits. A fetching offer, though, I don't want to commit just yet. Besides, the strangers wouldn't want me to led astray by such an endeavor. He strikes me as the kind fellow who's cross oceans and deserts while giving chase to his quarry. Good night then, and good luck with the contraption of yours. Interesting. A dreamer. Another gentle customer, journey on the lands of Nod. Another chicken asked to be plucked. Perhaps I'll have a rifle through his pockets. So, do we go through his pockets again or not? I mean, you started stealing already, so why not keep the theme? But I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide here if we should or should not. We should. Pick the pockets. You are super lucky today, Chad. And the fingers go a-walking. He shivers in his slumber and half turns over. Oh, close thing. That's what makes it thrilling. About 5 shillings I fished out of his billfold. Not bad for a minute's work. Okay. Private booth. Oh boy. Lattice wooden screens, high back and seated, provided some comfort and privacy. Calf leather. My poor brothers and sisters skinned for a creature's comforts. The leather is well oiled and plush with dimpled riveting. It's kind of cool that the miniature reacts on cow leather, being his ancestors or his brethren. Seems I'm in for a treat on account of the stranger's pocketbook, as fat as Christmas goose. Natural riddle restraint. Surely didn't bring me here to elevate conversation and pleasure of my company. Better be on my guards. I'm curious what Shadow will pick here. Better here than an ally, whatever his angle. There must be something in it for me. He could have already killed me and collected the bounty on me, but he didn't. I guess I should hear him out. I will go for self-discipline, since somebody picked that.
It's worth seeing what he's after.
Who's that old crone talking? Should be a thing in my body or my head? My voice? Infuriating, but I can't keep the crone from intruding. Nevertheless, the stranger is waiting on me. Let's get on with this. Oh, we should look around some more? I don't think we have anything that we can check out more. Chad. Yeah, that's all. We did everything that we can. Let's get on with it. The menu is embossed with an array of oral morphines, liquid and powder cocaines, and all manners of midnight oil. Teddy seems an interesting chap, and the automaton is quite something, isn't it? Bucket of small talk. Why did you bring me here? We've got plenty of time for explanations. Why don't we start with a sample of some of the dense wares? Careful now. He's obviously trying to curry favor, although it would be good to loosen up. With so many dear, poisonous variations, it's hard to decide what will hit the spot. I must say I'm impressed with your discretion. I would have thought just an anyfix would do. You're just greasing the wheels for whatever it is you want from me, or thanks, I suppose, but I know it's not from the kindness of your heart. Are we going with our instinct or with our wits, Chad? I say we go with our wits. We'll see if you're seeing things the same tune when it's said and done. Now then, while you think about your entry, I'll prepare the appetizer. He takes a small tablet of this shirt sleeve, cracks it half open, and drops it onto the teacup. Then the other half goes into its own. You can't accept me to drink that. Half and half. Any equal dose. I wouldn't kill us both. No, would I? Ooh. Do we drink it? Or do we turn it away, Chad? Oh boy. He opened up a little pocket of his own and put some powders into it. It doesn't feel like it was part of the establishment, so whatever he put in there, it's from his pocket. Drink the tea. Okay. Plus 20 hope. Spryness has increased to level 13. Well then, cheers to not killing anyone. The drug tea restores my spirits instantly. Took me ages to perfect this remedy. With this new blend, that ghastly teeth gnashing anxiety gone, leaving just the euphoria. Seems this stranger is no stranger to drugs. The pains of my withdrawals are all but absent now. And for the main course, how about White Wind Elation? You must be fond of that one. An artisan brand of opium.
His light-hearted confidence seems like a front. I get the feeling he knows you better than he's letting on.
Who's that crone and why she's talking to my head? Any sort of psychic barrier is useless. The bothersome hag won't leave me be. And here I am, face to face with a telepath. A mind reader. Ooh. Chad says, you're welcome. Enough of this facade. Not only did you pick my local place, but you pretend to suggest my favorite blend like it was a lucky guess.
I know a little something about you, it's true, but it's part and parcel to my profession. I keep tabs on people with
With people who pique my interest. There we go. Not unique. With people who piques his interest, he keeps a tab on. Interesting. How have you been tracking me?
It wasn't all that difficult. You only have a few haunts.
What's your profession exactly? On with it then. You've tried my patience long enough. So, do we keep it civil, or does the Minotaur become angry? What's your profession then? Wit has also increased to 16.
Let's say I look after Her Majesty's interests with great vigor when they align with my own.
At first his cryptic speech was alluring, but now it's plainly an annoyance. On with it then, we've tried my patience long enough.
Very well, I've already know of your life as a roughneck and a panhandling mage, but what about before that? What about Sacred Hearts?
Sacred Heart is the orphanage, okay. Pretend you never heard of it if you are a charlatan, okay. I was there, I grew up, before I looted the nuns' coffer and took to the streets.
I've gathered as much. What I'm not sure about is your parents.
Well, all I really have are guesses. Wheel of Fortune. This character has gained the retrospective trait and will now be able to select dialogue options that require this trait. Ooh. My mother likely gave me up because she couldn't pay my keep. And I suppose my father either died or walked out of us. Pay my keep, the coffer, to cover one's expenses such as the cost of food.
So the sisters never told you anything about your parents?
I can say for sure, but it's too bloody unpleasant to think about.
If the memory is there, we can call it back gently.
This fellow lost his mind.
Something occurred at the Sacred Heart that you've forgotten. With the help of an opium dream, you might be recall the details. That will lead to your mother.
Wait, lead me to a graveside, you mean? What would that accomplish?
On the contrary, I believe she's alive. Her name came up on the ledger on the Benthel house.
I've seen my share of swindlers, but this takes the cake.
Just humor me for a moment. Matilda is, of course, her given name, but how about her family name?
If I ever knew it, there would be no chance in Hades. I remember it now. I don't think the sisters of the orphanage ever told me what it was. Wit or animal instinct. I'm really enjoying this so far. I don't think the sister told me anything.
But if you could recall Matilda's family name, and it's on record at the orphanage and matches the ledger at the Benthel house, you could prove her identity at the hospital, and by claiming kinship, set her free.
That means digging up memories of the Secret Hearts, not exactly how I thought the night would unfold. Do we want to find her? Or not? That's the question here for our Minotaur. I'm sure if my mother's alive, she's forgotten about me.
I didn't mean to sway your opinion, but unless you can think back to those troubled times, then you won't be worth more than the price on your head.
A bounty, I'm assuming you'd be happy to collect.
That's right, albeit less desirable is the other way to ensure that I won't have wasted my time.
He's offering me a chance to live, but only if I can draw up the memories.
So, what will it be?
Well, let's take the dream dose, I guess. You take the stranger's offer, eager to lose touch with harsh reality, and for the chance to recall everything that leads to your mother's whereabouts. Shortly after drifting away from consciousness, you find yourself being enveloped in a miasma of memories. Auntie Emma's warm embrace suddenly morphs into chilly restraint as remembrance of the dooryards scuffled with the bellicose orphans resurface. It's all if lives refusing to allow you to seek refuge from the tangible hardship, no matter how potent your drug of choice for escapism is. So we were out dreaming of the orphanage. Why is there blood everywhere? This place is surely a dream, but it's all too familiar.
You must find out what the stranger is seeking in your memories.
Why is the hag still here? There's blood on the ground. Statue. A sister's nun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sovereign Syndicate's steampunk RPG with story-driven elements where all your character decisions go into different attributes, so to say. And depending on how you do, how your roles go, what you choose and whatnot, the whole discussion and the whole interaction is for everybody different. And I think there's multiple of main characters that you're gonna play with and live their story from. And if you love games like Elysium, this might be definitely a gem for you. Let me know what you think.